Welcome to the channel and thank you for switching on this video. Might I say, what an amazing tribute by Trevor this past Monday to dress up all in green in honor of the Crossing Cup and highly anticipated race on the Animal Crossing track. Not only did Trevor dress up all in green, but he made sure his car, his glider, and tires were green. That is a lot of green. Tonight will be the debut of the picker wheel, which will determine which Grand Prix we will be racing in tonight, in addition to our official coin toss to determine between a 150cc race and 200cc race. Going back to Trevor, he was off to a bit of a rough start after some bad luck in the first and last races of the Crossing Cup. One of Trevor's hardest challenges came from Ludwig, who he eventually ended up tying for first overall. Ludwig came to compete for sure, and made his message clear in this Grand Prix. Trevor will actually be off tonight, so instead of racing with Trevor, I will be racing with Ludwig. To race as Ludwig was requested by one of my viewers who commented on a past video. Remember, if you want to see me do something, just drop a comment and your request just might make it into an upcoming video. Thank you so much to Bison Bubbler for your request, and just like Bison Bubbler, you can be given a shout out as well. Now let's move on to Ludwig's keys to the Prix. Our first key to the Prix is do not ignore the warnings. It may look like a wide open leeway to the victory in this race, given that Trevor here is in first place and only needs to complete one more turn to claim the first place spot. But look what he has here. One warning of a red shell indicator and another warning indicating of a bullet bill. Now, depending on where these warnings are placed, they could be on the left side of the screen, they could be on the right side of the screen, or towards the middle. If you're Trevor, you do not want to ignore these warnings, because as we roll the footage, notice how the bullet bill warning kind of goes left and then kind of comes back to the center. That is going to be just about where the bullet bill comes by. Therefore, if you are Trevor, let's roll the footage. You just got hit by a bullet bill. Fast races like this one. And if he avoided that bullet bill, he probably could have held on to his banana peel and deflected that red shell. But unfortunately, he gets hit with the red shell. He had nothing to guard himself with, and therefore he gets passed. As Baby Mario just passed me, and so did somebody. And not to mention, he ended up finishing in fourth place. Oh my goodness. As for the last key to the Prix that I have to share with you for today, it is make good use of the power gliding. Now observe, we are in the Animal Crossing track, which is the final race of this Grand Prix, currently on lap number 3, and it's actually a little bit hard for even me to see where the finish line is at, so let me roll this footage. Now, coming up here is actually the last tight turn that one would have to execute really well in order to, well, yes, really well in a 200cc race in order to really catch up and or maintain their lead in this race. But it's important that we consider why this moment was so crucial. Like I said, now That was some good technique at first. However, with enough bad luck, Trevor almost went into the... I don't even know what that is, to be quite honest. It looks like a area where you put mulch at in a garden. But anyway, notice how he power glides there, and he tries to make one more last push to catch up with Waluigi to beat him in this race. Now, as we roll this footage, Trevor does get his boost to the finish line. However, he does not catch up with Waluigi on time. Waluigi just about beats Trevor in this race, but Trevor made sure it was not easy for his opponents, even though he did not come in first. And to be quite honest, there's no key here. I just wanted to hear myself saying this in slow motion.
Oh no, he might get it. No, he won't. No, he won't. Oh no, he might get it. No, he won't. No, he won't. Oh my gosh.
To be quite honest, I'm actually just trying so hard to not smirk behind this camera. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to My Keys to the Pre. Good evening, racers, and welcome to Trevor's YouTube channel, where tonight you will be competing in a mystery Grand Prix to be selected by our picker wheel. Now, as usual, whatever Grand Prix it is to be selected, it will consist of 4 races. All carts will be eligible for use, all bikes will be eligible for use, as well as all items to be found in the item boxes along these courses. Now, as usual, we will be having a flip of the coin to determine whether you will be racing in a 150cc Grand Prix or a 200cc Grand Prix. Let us look at the coin. This is heads, which will represent 150cc, and this is tails, which will represent 200cc. It is... Whoops, sorry, I'm trying to focus. It is heads. So, racers, you will be involved in a 150cc Grand Prix, but do not go away yet. It is time to select which cup you will be competing for. Now, before I spin this wheel, notice that 4 of these cups have been excluded from the list, and the spinner. These will be excluded until all 12 of these Grand Prix have been used, and therefore any of the 12 Grand Prix will be eligible for use once again. And now, without further ado, racers, it is time to determine which Grand Prix you will be competing for. Spin the wheel. There you go, racers. You will be competing for the Shell Cup. And as always, have a good competition tonight, and good luck, racers. Hello, YouTube! The following contest is a Grand Prix, and it is for the Shell Cup. And now making their way to the course, here are your racers. Iggy, Baby Daisy, Bowser, Wendy, Mario, Dry Bones, Dry Bowser, Link, Inkling Boy, Yoshi, Roy, and Ludwig. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your racers competing for the Shell Cup. Good evening and welcome. As usual, what a fine introduction to our program today, as we are about to enter into the Shell Cup at 150cc style speed. Without further ado, let's begin. Now, as per a recent request, I am indeed playing as Ludwig. And actually, give me just 1 second, I just want to turn this down a little bit. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that should be good enough. I mean, by the time I review this footage later, I don't even know if it's gonna pick up the sound, but it's okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that was 10 coins already. And oh wow, just for a second I thought that was Larry behind me, but I think that's Iggy. You know, I cannot lie, I've actually never raced with Ludwig before, but I feel like I'm actually off to a pretty decent start. Now that was a cool move on the part of Ludwig there. Did you see how he just jumped out of his cart and then did a backflip while it was still moving? Like, I mean, I understand, like, dirt bike people can probably do stuff like that in real life. Well, at least specifically those that sign up to do crazy stunts and all, but like, I don't even know how you could do it in a cart in real life. And did I say backflip before? Because that time it sure looked like he did a front flip. But anyway, that's literally the first race already, and might I say, is his celebration strangely similar to Bowser Jr.'s. And as I'm looking at this list, indeed, Larry is not in this. I'm still waiting to see Larry one of these days. Like, when was the last time Larry actually showed up? I mean, if anything, like, I sure hope I didn't scare him away the one time, because that was a fun rivalry. Alright, I see you, Iggy. Off to a good start. There we go. And I feel like by the end of this Grand Prix, I'm just going to be, in my mind, I'm just going to be like, you know, wow, Ludwig has some serious skills to jump up, do a front flip as part of his show-off jump stunt routine. Whoops. I didn't even have a banana that time or anything. Not to worry though, still have a decent-sized lead between, it looks like, Baby Daisy and I. Although I can tell she's kind of catching up to me now. I'm so glad that didn't get me at, like, when I was not even on the track or anything. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I just about released that bob-omb at a good time to slow Baby Daisy down a little bit. Here we go, last turn. And it looks like that'll do it for that race already. And just like that, there's already 2 races done. And as I'm looking at these standings, I definitely feel for Baby Daisy and Iggy right now, because I know what it's like to, well, have the same score as somebody else, because that kind of just happened to me the other day after all. Let's move on to the 3rd race. So this game says this was in the DS version of Mario Kart, but to be quite honest, I actually don't remember this course that well. I mean, it probably was in there, but honestly, it's just been forever since I last played the DS version of Mario Kart. Same thing as Mario Kart Wii. I'm trying to think. And I think it's Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. Well, in simpler terms, let's just say it's been a while for plenty of things on my part. Now, as you have probably been noticing, I've been making good use of the rear view mirror. And I would say for everybody out there that plays this game, don't take that for granted to use your rear view mirror. Because knowing who's behind you, as well as what is behind you, could be the difference between, I don't know, say if you place 1st place and placing maybe 4th, 5th. And well, for that particular instance, there would have been little to no use for me using the rear view mirror there. But at the very least, I just wanted to see where the red shell was at. That way I'm not, like, anticipating too much. I can't even tell if that was a kind of a laugh on his part after the one turn, or like whatever that was. Like, I still got to get used to this character a little bit. But I mean, actually, I'd say he is pretty cool so far. If I remember right, I think this guy Ludwig kind of tried to hurt me in the Super Mario Bros. Series whenever I was on my quest to defeat Bowser. Well, he was just one of plenty of those Koopa people that I guess didn't want me to accomplish my goal. Of course, everybody's end goal of saving Princess Peach. Is it just me, or did he, like, really recover so quickly after getting hit by that car? Like, I felt like that was a little bit faster than usual, because, you know, you might get hit by, well, I guess, in that case, I just got hit by a red shell, and it took a little bit longer to get back moving than I did after getting hit by the car. Like, I don't know why, I just felt like it did not take me as long to get moving again after taking a shot. These ramp things are pretty cool. I want to try it. Nice. I swear, there's so many big vehicles here. I kind of feel like I'm just driving on the freeway or something, even though I understand I'm just playing a game right now. Alright, let's see. Should I try power gliding? Oh my gosh, no, I would not have made it. I wanted to try power gliding through this whole turn, but actually I know what else I want to try to do, and that's outrun the blue shell behind me. Let's see. Yes, sir. And that is called just about beating the blue shell to the finish line. Well, I don't know if that's what other Mario Karters would say it as, but, well, in this case, what did I do? I just beat a blue shell to the finish line after all. And just like that, these are the final standings in the Shell Cup. Let's move on to the highlights. Here we go. You know, it's odd. It literally feels like I was just in this race a minute ago or something like that. Well, that definitely felt like a quick one to me for some reason, as that was actually a good shot of me beating the blue shell to the finish line. And once again, guys, I gotta extend my thank yous to Mario Kart Television for those highlights, and it looks like I recorded this video at a perfect time, because that's already been a career of 5,000 coins collected all time as I was playing this game, and I'm actually kind of excited to see what this new vehicle customization is. Well, that's just about going to do it for this episode, and I'm planning on posting my next video on Friday. But of course, as always, we'll just have to see what happens. But in the meantime, thank you so much for switching on the video, and I hope to see you next time.